Welcome to another edition of Dizzarian Plays MMOs. Today I'm in Lord of the Rings Online, and I'm still right here outside of the Barrows. I'm just on the edge of the old forest into the Barrows, and right where I left off, where we had turned in a whole bunch of quests in the Northern Barrows, minus the Bone Man. We need to still go back to defeat him, but he is in the Southern Barrows. So you can see, like, we did most of the quest here, but you can go to the Southern Barrow Downs, and there's a whole nother area. And I believe that when we talk to these people here now, that they're going to send us into that area. So let's talk to them, see what's going on, and maybe we'll be heading down that way.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Our forces were split when entering the Barrow Downs, and were set upon the wights, Barhest, and all manner of fell creatures here. Some followed myself, while the others headed south. There is a place where the hill rises high and separates the Southern Barrow Downs from the Northern Barrow Downs. It's called Dead Man's Perch, and I pray that the names does not hold true. It overlooks Southern Bury and is a flat area that we have oft camped at, if necessary. I pray you find the others there. All right, so she's actually told us, yeah, we're going into the Southern Barrows, and there's a place called Dead Man's Perch that we're going to look for. He's the one, this guy here was the one we looking for, Lilia,
Could I speak with you a moment?
Yeah, or no, he had a whole bunch of other quests, so I'm not going to read this one. Well, let me read it to myself here real quick. Okay, I just wanted to see if there was anything interesting. Actually, there is. He says, the lore fragments you brought me mention the fortress named Gorthad. The men of Cardalon took many of those who fell sick to the plague there. The ruins of the fortress still stand today in the south. It is from here that the terror rose and the cursed the brothers for their theft. If you are willing, you may seek the treasure of history of that treasure of the Northern Barrow, not far from here to the east. Perhaps we can learn more about these men and how they stave off the evil from the spreading beyond the bounds of the Barrow Downs. So we're going to search for Ancient Chest, although we might not do that one on camera. So I think really what I'm going to do now is go find that Dead Man's Perch, which, yeah, it looks just right over here. So let me go over here and we can see what that looks like. Okay, so I've made it over here to the Southern Bree Fields, and we can see there's several people wandering around here. Dead Man's Perch. And we're going to go, before we talk to them, we're going to go and take a look. She said that this overlooked Bree in the Southern Bree Fields. And sure enough, ooh, I almost went too far. But yeah, you can see there's Bree right over there. And it's an actual place. It's a river and the wall that goes around it. But there are boar and such running around. So let's talk to this dude right here. Whoa. Let's do the quest.
Greetings.
The others are alive? This news is pleasing, though we still face great peril. We at least know the others are alive. Okay, so that also, I think, did that one. We just had to talk to somebody. So he's got a lot of quests here. Let me find one or two of the most interesting, and I'll be right back to read those. Okay. So, he has a whole bunch of, kind of the same thing that everybody else has is like, hey, there's corruption going on, well, let's deal with the bears that are corrupt. Let's deal with the seeds from the corrupted trees and defeat, so those kind of things. But he does have one quest here, Purging the Dead, which is kind of interesting.
Would you do something for me?
He says, you've done good work dealing with those old wights, but I'll be honest with you, Dizzing. These are creatures of legend, and the legends run deeper than these mounds can provide. The Great Barrows, called Thornagroth long ago, has always been a place that few are brave enough to face because of the legends of the powerful beings that once walked there. With the return of these legends, creatures throughout the Barrow Downs, I can only assume that more have risen with the Great Barrow. Thornagroth lies toward the southern end of the Barrow Downs. Stout or not, I'd not go it alone if I were you. The Great Barrows is sure to be a bad place. Maybe you should take some friends? And it does say this requires a fellowship, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it. So we're going to see if that is the case or not. This person up here has a whole bunch of bounties, kind of the same thing, just kills a whole bunch of things. But she is definitely having problems.
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
Get it. See what's her problem here. Oh, what a fine, strong person you are. You remind me of my own poor sons. They've been gone for some time now, and I've heard nary a word from them. You see, it started with my son, Malin. He was sure there were treasures out in the Barrow Downs for the taking, and left seeking his fortune after a few days passed, and he didn't come back. I sent his brother, Amlak, out after him. I've not heard from him either. Now I've ventured here with these others after my sons. Amlak said he'd camp at Dead Man's Perch on the eastern cliff, but he was not here when I arrived. The others here think he's gone further south. Can you look for him? Yes. That is my specialty. So I'm going to collect these other quests here, and then we're going to head out into the southern. Oh, that's interesting. It kind of expands out, but we're going to be going into the Southern Downs. You can see there's lots of quests here that we're going to be doing. So not very far from the camp here. In fact, just kind of around the corner, we kind of get our first highlight here, and it's search for Amlak, that was one of her sons that she sent after her first son. So I'm going to get, you can see this is kind of a little tomb. I don't know what you would call this, but there are bad things in here. Barrow White. We got two of them after me here. Not too bad, but we got something glowing here. Oh, that's not good. You can see that Amlak has been dead for some time. That's unfortunate, but I found his corpse. So I still need to find his brother, though, which is probably going to be further into the Southern Downs, which we can start to see as we get down in here. You can see there's some ruins. Isn't that cool? Even though it's kind of in the shadow, it's dark. It's just like very ominous. I like that. Entering the Southern Barrows. And immediately greeted by a Barrow White marksman. The dead have risen. So let me find something more interesting, and I'll be right back. Man, I just love the look of this place. Like, it's just so eerie. That's very cool. So I've kind of worked my way down here, and you can see I'm kind of getting to the ruins. I forget what they call them, but this is where the Bone Man is going to be. So you can see there definitely ruins of some sort. And I've been killing these kind of things along the way, collecting my bounties. But the Bone Man... Oh, I've got something following me. Ah. Creepy crawler. Bye, creepy crawler. So it was one of those things down. Now we've got to find the Bone Man. It looks like he should be just right up here. So I'm going to be a little bit... Ostgorthad. That's what they called it. And there he is. The Bone Man. Hi. So this was for the spirit that was wandering around that big statue in the previous episode. So part of his quest. Oh, look at that. The Bone Man has been destroyed. Free, free. And they all run free. Isn't that cool? Awesome. So I'm going to continue on collecting things here. I need to still find her missing son. So I need to bring the journal. Oh, maybe I need to go back and talk to her first. And I need to talk to the Wandering Shade. So let me finish up, which I'm just about done. About finished up all of the other little collectibles here. Maybe one more of these. But so I think I'm heading back to Dead Man's Perch. Oh, there's a corpse right here. Searching. But nobody we know, just some loot. Before we head back, when we get closer down to the edge, there's actually an old forest, and that's where some of the... ooh, that's a named. Black Caw. Let's get him. Don't know if I'm supposed to be killing him or not, but he's a name, so I kill named. Ooh, look at him. That is awesome. Oh, I like that. Very cool. Oh, and then also down here in the forest, there are maples, like old maples, and we need to defeat those corrupted trees here. So if you haven't seen these yet, these are really cool. The trees in the forest are living things in the Tolkien world that should be respected. So that's very cool. All right, I think I've shown you guys about everything, so I'm going to finish up these, and then I'll be back. All right, so after a lot of killing, I have returned back to Dead Man's Perch. Let's first talk to Bob here, and I think it was From Death Cometh.
What can I do for you?
No, that's the seeds, and the forest edge is the other thing, and here's the one.
Greetings.
There's no joy in the destruction of natural things natural. However, when the natural order is corrupted, it becomes necessary to stop the corruption from spreading. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. But let's talk to her and tell her about her poor, unfortunate son.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
You have returned with Malin's journal. He never let it out of his sight. What evil fate has befallen my sons? Hamlet dead? Malin? You must return to search for Malin. Yes, I know.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but...
The tidings you have brought grieves me deeply, for Amlech was young and strong, and I loved him dearly. The only consolation in my grief is that he died in search of his brother, whom he loved more than his fear of that dreadful place. If this journal is true, then Amlech believed there was hope for his brother, though my heart fears the worst. Please, Dizzing, search out the Barrows over the mire where Amlech heard his brother. Bring my son back safe to me. We will try. So let me turn these in. I'm also going to go and talk to the ghost. So I'll be right back. So if you remember from the previous episode here at this little monolith, there is the Wandering Shade who sent us to kill that Bone Man. Let's see what he says now. And he always talks in riddles. Hear you, this brother. I'm going to have to do it this fast. Come on. Hear you, this brother. Hear you, absolution. Rest now, brother. Rest as we shall be. All right. So he's going to give us some nice items here. Agility, that ain't going to help me anything. Well, that's unfortunate. Get some reinforced leather armor. Oh, and he still has another. I didn't know. Duty done again, to rest at last I yearn. So too my brother, wandering by night, a spirit lost brings naught but fright. Provide this ring, shown him it is done, then we rest, neath the moon and sun. All right, deliver the ring to the Shade in Breetown. We haven't seen that in these videos, so whenever I go back in, probably in the next episode, whenever I go back to Breetown to talk to Strider, we might stop in and talk to the Shade there and see what he says. So now we're off to find Malin. Wow, looks like he's in an even worse place than his brother was. If we look here in the map, you can see he's kind of, looks like he's up here. I think this is where he's at. So I'm going to have to kind of work my way through here to get there, which isn't a problem. It's just a little bit of work. So these guys, watch them. Isn't that awesome? Oh my god, that is so cool. Oh, that is very neat. I like it. You can just tell these guys are meant to be scary. Like, and you saw the fear that we got. So it's all very. Take off all this fear, I think. So let me work my way up there. I'm going to have to fight a lot of these guys to get up there. Shadow area. Oh. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of work. So I'll be... I don't think I want to do this on camera, running a little long. So I'll be right back. It's actually not too bad. I think I found him right here. Malin. You begin to examine Malin. Suddenly the body stirs. Oh no. Bent and broken, sundered. So I am... so you shall be. Oh, he's undead. That's just... That poor woman. Lost 2 sons. So, we defeated Malin. If you see this, Destination Lowlands. You are well on your way becoming a hero of Middle Earth. It is time to head to the Lowlands. Wow. All right. Well, we will do that at some point. But for right now, we're going to go turn that in, tell her about the fate of her son. Okay. Oh, my poor Amlek. Well, there's worse news.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
Both my sons are gone. The fools. Oh, the fools. They meant to find riches among the dead, but the dead kept their own and claimed my sons. Restless fools. Shall I join them now for my foolishness? Please, please leave me to my sorrow. How terribly sad is that? Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We did a lot, and it's time to move on. It's time to move on and get the wrong window here. We need to do our next book in the volume 1, book 1. So it's time to move on and talk to Strider again. So we're going to be doing that. We have Lone Lands, but I think before I even do that, I might check out some skirmishes because I think it's unlocked now, and I can do that. And I've never really, as much as I've played Lotro in the past, I haven't done much skirmishes. So I think it's something I should probably check out in this playthrough. Lotro is quickly becoming one of my favorite MMOs again. Every time I jump into this game, I just love it so much. It's really, really good. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. If you are, make sure you hit that like button, leave any comments you have. Be sure you check out our Discord channel. Got lots of people talking in there. We talk about Lotro. We talk about other things. We even have a dedicated channel to Lotro because we have people in there, so you might want to join in on that. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got videos coming out almost every single day of the week, so you want to make sure you're subscribed so you can help say a prize of that. So, till next time, bye.